but this workout is very customizable. I'll be adapting and adjusting as we go along, but it's wonderful if it's a way that you're looking to start working out, whether it's even in your pregnancy or just in general to improve overall health and lifestyle. We will be doing intervals of about 30 seconds of each exercise and then 30-second rest recovery stretch. It's really great for the body to incorporate those types of exercises, and then the stretching interval. It's also good too, especially in pregnancy. It's a way that you can tweak some of your workout routine, just giving yourself a little bit more time to recover in between. You may have to add just a longer rest period, and then you can dive right back into the workout. All right, so we're gonna actually start on the floor here in tabletop, and we'll do just a little bit of a warm up here. So making sure that you have a nice stable base. We're spreading through the fingers, and we're incorporating deep breaths throughout. So we're gonna start with some cat and cows, drawing the belly button in, dropping the belly release. You want to be mindful of the abdominals, the glutes, the back, everything working together. You can relax your toes. You can also tuck them and give some variety. It's kind of nice to stretch through the toes. Decide where you want to be in your movement. Listen to your body. Each day is different. Very good. And then we're going to hinge forward a little bit. And then send those hips straight back. Allow the belly to relax just a little bit here, keeping that neutral spine. You can play around again with tucking the toes or relaxing. Bringing in those inhales and exhales. Good. All right, so we're gonna roll on up to kneeling position here. Let's bring the hands to the low back, just press the hips forward very gently. Decide where you want to be with your feet. Shoulders are away from the ears. Just open up the heart space, look up where the wall and the ceiling meet here. And breathe. Let's bring in some nice, good energy. Bringing in movement to our day. Awesome. Good. And then we're going to come back into a child's pose. I'm going to take mine a little bit wider. Knees are out. You can draw the arms, the forearms, head down. Hips can go back, or you can keep them lifted a little bit and just breathe to stretch and open through the back. So it's okay to have a little bit of a stretch in the warm-up, especially with the types of exercises that we're doing. Good. And from here, let's roll on up. Hands in the hips, we're going to step one foot forward. Let's take a little bit of a lunge. And we'll come on back. Now this is great for function, for core. Things do shift around in pregnancy, so just making sure you find where your center is. And some of these shifting movements are very good for functional. I mean, we want to be able to get up and down off the floor. We want to have the hip mobility. And especially if we're getting ready for childbirth or building a family, we are going to be getting up and down off the floor quite a bit. So this is why I say these exercises are very good. All right, so we're going to come on up to stand. Just again to give it a little bit of variety, so we're just not in that same position. And then going up and down will actually help with our heart rate and control of our bodies. All right, so we're going to turn out from the hips, knees, toes. Let's extend through the arms, and we're going to start with 3 pulses here. In a sumo squat, we'll lift up, squeeze, wrap those glutes. Good. So this is a nice ballet bar exercise. Really great for the muscles of the pelvic floor, the core. Keep this going. Just going to show you from the side, making sure the back is supported, belly is supported. One more time. Good. Let's bring the hands to the hips and point the toes forward. We're gonna come down into a hip hinge and lift up. So this is kind of like recovery out of this exercise. Stay with the breathing. Good, we're gonna repeat this one more time. All right, one more hip hinge. And then we're gonna go into the sumo squat. This time after we add, we're gonna add these heel lifts. So stay low, lift up right heel, left heel come up. So some of these exercises will repeat. Some of these, if they focus on one side, we'll do the other side after. You can customize if you wanna like hit pause and add another set, or repeat the full circuit again. Again, low impact yet effective. Make sure when we pull up, we're lengthening all the way up through the legs. Good, one more time. Beautiful. Let's bring the hips, knees, toes pointed forward, hands at the hips, and we're gonna come through this hip hinge. I'll show you from the side. Trying to stack the legs as much as possible. The glutes might want to shift back a little bit, but there's a difference of keeping everything in line versus just sending them back like this. If you send them back, a lot of times we get into the knees, and then our weight shifts back. So this will actually emphasize more of our core and use our hamstrings and glutes properly. Good, one more time. You're doing awesome. Good, and release. So that was our recovery from those sumo squats. All right, we're gonna come back down to the floor. So this is a little bit of adding that intensity of coming down and then coming back up to stand. All right, so we are back in this tabletop here, and we are going to work alternating bird dog, opposite arm and leg. Here we go, 30 seconds. You're gonna reach, hold for a brief moment, and then switch. Good. Inhales and exhales. So the goal is you're keeping a nice neutral spine. We're firing up the core. Abs and back work together. This is also great for coordination. A little bit of weight bearing on the arms. Good, last one to even that out. Beautiful. And then we'll take the knees out, and then let's find child's pose as our recovery. Breathe into the stretch here. Relax the belly, relax your jaw. Good, let's take one more deep breath. Good. All right, so from here, we're going to come into seated position. We're gonna bring the feet together, and we're gonna do a little bit of ab work, very gentle core work. This is great for the deep core muscles. We're gonna reach on forward, and we're gonna send the arms out. We're gonna come back just about halfway. So we have full abdominals engaged. We will progress with some of these exercises, but this is a great start here, just to build that core nice and effectively. We don't have to get super intricate or complicated. Some of the most simplest exercises are the best for our body. Breathe. Using our own bodies. Good, just a little bit more opening. Now that feels all wet. Good, last one. And then we're gonna come forward into butterfly. Now, if you are exploring that exercise again, you can go further back or an inch further forward. It depends too if you're pregnant, where you're at in terms of the pregnancy, in terms of hip flexibility, mobility. Just let everything release here. But again, you can decide where you want to be with the movement, with the pace. It's your workout here. All right. Okay, so we're gonna roll on up and let's come over to one side. We're going to do these side crunches here, side oblique crunches. Really great all around. Can't emphasize enough how wonderful this is. I'm going to work with a pointed toe, but you can feel free to flex it on the second round or do one or the other. So we're going to reach overhead and crunch it. So it's good to play around with positions of the feet, whatever is based off of your comfort level. Breathe, lengthen, stretch. And so we have this upper side crunch, but the lower area is working as well, right? We're staying lifted and long even though we're low. Spread through the fingers, make sure this is okay for your wrists, elbows, shoulders, one more time. Good. Let's release that down. And mobility is we're just going to shake the hips side to side a little bit here. Good. And let's just take a moment to shift over to the other side. Make sure you have that support, stay lifted long, and we're setting up for reaching overhead. And we've got about 30 seconds right here. Curling in, crunching in. Balance is so important at all points. It changes through life. It changes based off of how often we work on it. Do the best that you can. Inhales, exhales. Good, 2 more. Good, let's release that down. And then we're gonna shake into the hips. Wiggling out here. Good. All right. We're gonna come back up again. And we're gonna find this second position, turn out. And we're gonna bring the hands to the hips. This is gonna work on some hip mobility and strength. All right, so first piece is we're gonna come down into a sumo. We're gonna rotate, and then we're gonna find a split squat lunge. Come back to center, and rotate. Very good. The goal is to really set hips, knees, toes, making sure we have that nice posture. Lift up that back heel, and then come down. Slow and controlled. The more slow and controlled you can make it, the more challenging, but the more and most quality we'll get out of our exercises. Beautiful. One more time. All right. Let's come back to the center, toes pointed forward, and we're just gonna come down and hang in this inversion, bend and straighten the knees. Now, if this is something that's not comfortable for you, you definitely don't have to do it. You're just making sure that there's room for the belly. There's room for you to relax a little bit. Good. Hip and pelvic floor mobility, relaxing and strengthening all around are good ways to help with overall health of the body. And again, if we're focusing on pregnancy, really nice way to get the body ready. We're gonna roll on up. Awesome. So I'm gonna turn to the side for this one. And this is a nice balanced one. It's always one of my favorites. We're gonna do one side first, rest recovery, and then working on the other side. So very simple. You're two toes, but we are coming down into that split squat, and then we are coming up with some sort of lift. I'm going to alternate mine. You do the best that you can. Getting a nice flow, we'll just do a little bit longer here. Balance changes every single day. Find your point of focus, good. Let's release that down, and you're gonna take that leg back. Let's just rotate out a tiny bit here, open to the side, and we'll just come into a nice side bend and back up. So in yoga, this would be like a triangle pose. You want to go into more of a full expression of the triangle, you can. I'm going to focus on my hips and leg position. Legs are more on the straight side, knees are not locked. You can go wider, more narrow. But I'm also focusing on the core, side of the waist, abs back. Good. Fabulous. Let's come to the other side. And we've got 30 seconds of that split squat. Option knee lift, option leg front raise, option to alternate, option to just come down and lift up. Emphasize the support of the glutes. Glutes and hamstrings, oftentimes, we're not focusing necessarily on training. And this is a good way to really isolate to get everything to focus properly. Good, 2 more. Last one. And we'll step that down, rotate out, and come through side bend. Now it's important, part of it is like the more that you move, you become more mobile through the workout. Each side is different. We have different strengths, different concerns. So even if one side you want to dive a little bit deeper, go further or back off, we listen to our bodies. Full deep breaths. We're doing awesome. Good, one more time. Nice. All right. So we'll come back down to the floor. We're going to work on the forearms. It gives it something different. If you want to work back on the hands, you can. You just grab a little sip of water. Nice thing about film classes is you can hit pause and start at any point. I have a little difficulty with breathing with being so far in the pregnancy, but and kind of talking through, so it's good that I give myself a little bit of that grace period. All right, so you're gonna come down to the forearm. This provides a little bit of inversion, which is nice. And we're going to do what's called a donkey kick. So make sure the leg that's down, that's supported, you have room, and it's nice and strong. We're gonna flex the foot. We're gonna lift the leg up, draw that knee in. Again, very simple exercises, giving things variety here. Now reminding you, you can come to the forearms. It might give more space for the belly. Going onto the forearms just gives you option too if if you're having a little discomfort in the wrist. The more that you do though, the more that you will build strength. So I always encourage, do a little bit at a time and you'll get stronger. Good, 2 more. Good, we're gonna send that leg out to the side and we're gonna come on up. So my left knee is bent, I've got my right leg out. Hands at the hips, and we're gonna hinge forward, send those hips back, and come up. I'm just gonna shift myself front so you can see me. And this is a great exercise for flexibility, for preparing for birth, balance. One more time. And then we're gonna walk the hands out and then just stretch back for a moment here. Kind of like a leg out child's pose. Feel free to wiggle into the hips. So the leg that you have out was the leg that we worked. Another deep breath. your neck is supported, shoulders are away from the ears, breathe. Give yourself credit, you're doing an amazing job. Any sort of movement, really good. We're always quick to judge. We leave the expectations out, we do what we can. Getting into those glutes, so important. Good, 2 more. We'll come on up, we'll send that leg out to the side. And here we go, hip hinge. Again, totally customizable. Even the support on the knees, or just making sure that we're okay. The more that you do, the more the body will get comfortable. But it's important to listen to your body. There's always an exercise, there's always a way to strengthen an area. The body is very resilient. The body is such a wonderful vehicle. Let's do this one more time. We're going to stay low. Let's hang out here in that stretch. The left leg is out straight, or whichever leg you have moved. Breathe. Good. Fantastic. All right. One more deep breath. Okay. And we're going to come on up. And we're going to come back to this butterfly position. And we're going to explore sort of that ab exercise again, but I'm going to add an option to do a crab bridge, which is a kind of reverse table, a lift up into the hips. Good for all levels, all pregnancy. Just make sure again if it feels comfortable. If not, then you don't have to necessarily do it. So you can even stick with just a hinge back and forward, or even just getting your hands back. So this might be a way to get started, all right? But the full expression of the exercise is when you come back, hands back, set your feet parallel, press them into the feet, lift up the hips, all right? So I have full support of the glutes, I have full support of my belly, I'm lifted up, and this is very good for support for the upper body. No weights needed. We're here through life when we're carrying out daily functions. If we have to reach for something, lift for something, these exercises become more crucial than the weight sometimes. And especially, like I said, if we have a growing family, we're going to be lifting things and using muscles in different ways, different duration than we might be used to. Good, one more time. All right, let's come on forward and hang. That was a good one. Have some water. Butterfly, such a nice one. And we're going to stay low for the remainder. So from here, we're going to come on down to either the forearm, we're going to stack the legs, come all the way down to the side. And from here, we're going to do a basic clamshell opening and closing the leg. So when you're ready, you can join me. I'm pressing my feet together just to provide a little bit of resistance. I've got full support of my center. And breathe. So yes, this is strengthening. It's also working on mobility. So even if some of these exercises were not necessarily feeling resistance, you can make that yourself. What you make of it when you do the exercises. Or it's more gentle and you're focusing on that mobility. Okay. Good, last one. And we're gonna draw that knee in, flex the foot, reach for that knee. And we have just a nice side stretch here. Breathe into it. Even here's an opportunity for the center. Everything to kind of settle. go here. This feels better for me to relax along the side of the waist. Good, you're pressing into the feet. Really open arm up. Good, just a little bit more. You're doing fantastic. Good support from your center, from your breathing. Shoulders are relaxed. It's about, not just the main area we're focusing on, it's total body. What is the entire body doing? The setup is so important. Good. All right, let's draw that knee in and grab a hold where it's comfortable. Feel free to adjust. Listen to your body, what's comfortable for you. You know your body better than anyone else. Good. All right. Couple more deep breaths. All right, from here, let's press on up to seated, and we're just gonna finish with a little bit of hip mobility with a nice low impact yet effective stretch. So we're gonna come over to one side, double leg bent, okay? We're gonna use the support of the hands, knees point up, and then we're gonna rotate. Okay? Now if you'd like, and you wanna try a little bit without the use of the hands as much, so I'm sort of making it like a little bit faster, more fluid, leg might extend. We're basically going from side to side just a little bit more. This could also be your exercise too, right? Keeping it small. Let's come over to one side, situate that back leg, and we're just gonna come forward. Breathe. Now this is a nice way to do a hidden stretch. Sometimes the full expression is a straight leg, which you could go into. We have the back, hip nice and supported, yet being stretched, okay? Front leg is situated, and you can decide how far you want to fold. But there's room for the belly to relax, whether you're pregnant or not, and you still have the support of the core. So I want you to think about finding the balance of relaxing, yet engaging. Good. And then let's just come over to the other side. I had done another video recently about relaxing the pelvic floor muscles, which is really important for everyone. We focus on taking so much, or like with regard to like working out and like extreme fitness. A lot of times if we're constantly tightening our abs, our glutes, those areas don't often understand how to relax. They're overtrained, they're overworked, and the body just becomes comfortable with that, and then it actually leads to weaker muscles down the line because other areas of the body aren't incorporated, so they're not supporting the body. All right. So we'll come back to the center one more time in butterfly, and we'll just let the head relax, let everything settle. So this focused a lot on exercises that were great for hip openers. We did get into the upper body a little bit. Core is always a focus. We have balance in there, both standing balance and floor balance. Feel free to customize this any way that you like. This could be like a worm or a cool down after a weight training workout that you've done. But I really appreciate your support. I appreciate you joining me today. We're going to fold the legs in, or if you'd like to adjust your seated position, but let's reach the arms up for a couple deep breaths here. Lengthening up through the torso. Let's continue to bring in